I got my undergrad degree in piano in Oklahoma. I said, what does a black person do with a degree in piano? And I didn't know what I really wanted to do. So I said, I think we better go to graduate school, you know. So I went to
Yes.
graduate school, and my mother, who was a first grade teacher, a phenomenal teacher, said, you need to take some education courses. So that is what I did. And so when I finished Manhattan, that's how I started teaching. Reno Sweeney's was one of the top cabaret places in New York then. I guess that was in the 70s. And cabaret was very big then. When I was playing for Novella, and at the end of one set, a young woman came up to me and just said, would you like to be my sub in The Wiz? That was the original Wiz that had just opened in 1975. I was well, I'm still sort of shy now, but extremely shy then. Just said, oh, I don't think I could do this, you know, but I enjoyed it, you know. So I made myself say yes, because this shyness thing had to be dealt with, and then figure it out. So she said, come to the show, sit in the pit, look at the book. So I did that, and the orchestra just sounded so fabulous, you know, oh my goodness. So I took the book home. There was 2 books, Act 1 and Act 2, and I took 2 weeks off from work because the book consisted of the introduction written out and then chord symbols and just the melodic line, and you're supposed to improvise. And I was not used to improvise. In church, you improvise.
Yes.
You know, the preacher would start off a song, you find that key, and then you just play along with it, you know. That was very good training. The music coordinator of The Wiz was also the music coordinator for Ain't Misbehaving. So he said, would you like to be rehearsal piano? Of course I would be, yeah. And I loved the music of Ain't. My daddy had records of Fats Waller, and that was his style, stride piano. And I've heard Honeysuckle Rose thousands and thousands of times because he would just play that, you know. The Wiz closed in January '79, and Ain't had already opened, and they were going to train 3 companies: the London Company, National Company, and a bus and truck. There was another show called Bring Back Birdie, the sequel to Bye Bye Birdie, and it was supposed to be the next mega hit, not just a hit, mega hit. Well, it didn't quite work out that way. The show opened on Thursday and it closed on Saturday. And there I was. And Ain't went on to run another year. But Arthur Farrier called me, it was about 6 weeks later, said, would you play rehearsals and play piano 2 for Lena Horne show? It was going to be 5 weeks on Broadway. And I said, oh yes, that'd be fabulous. In fact, during Lena's show, when people would come back, I put in my bio specifically that I was from Muskogee, Oklahoma, because I was doing research then, you know, just trying to make connection with any kind of family. People would come backstage and say, we're from Oklahoma. That was family. I said, would you like to meet Miss Horne? Come on in, you know. That's just like you're my brother, my cousin. There was a lot of talk, a lot of articles about the woman conductor. So, it was just very different. You're used to seeing a male conductor. I've been very lucky that most of the shows I've worked on just have just a very special place in my heart and in my career. Fats Waller's music, I still love it. You know, it's important for a person like me, an African American person, to see somebody doing what you possibly might do, and I didn't see that. In Oklahoma, thank God for television, right? I want to help young people, whatever it is they would like to do, especially those in music, encourage and try and steer them in a direction so that they don't have to do this. Oh, that didn't work out, so we know that. Here's a path, a proven path. And you can experiment on your own. I think I was the third Black woman conductor on Broadway. I wish there had been more. 2 seasons ago, we had 4 African American conductors on Broadway at the same time. They're all guys, but that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's changing. We'll see what happens in the future.